Sunet, Equality and Oneness in Practical Living Application and the Future of Earth. June 8, 2008. The principle of oneness and equality as life is understood. It is to stand here as who I am, as life, as all, as one, as equal. To be, to live the manifested expression of and as life as me here in every moment of breath. Sounds awesome. But what does this mean practically? The questions. What does this practically mean in living application as me in every moment of breath? How do I practically manifest me, live me as life, as all, as one, as equal, if all I have ever been is a system, of a system, existing through a system as mind? Where and how do I start or begin? For the mind, oneness and equality as life, as all, as one, as equal seems a vast concept to comprehend or fathom. Because the interesting thing is that oneness and equality as life is not to be comprehended, is not to be understood, is not to be fathomed, is not to be conceived. It is to be practically lived as self herein and as the physical absolutely. We have a tendency of wanting to understand first, of wanting to comprehend first, of wanting to fathom first, but this is the origin, the birth of knowledge and information, and how we've separated ourselves from ourselves, wanting to acquire the knowledge and information first, defining ourselves as who we are according to the understanding only of that knowledge and information, through wanting to comprehend, understand, fathom, or conceive. And what occurs here is the existence of mind, where self exists only within the understanding of knowledge and information, and no self that actually live here practically. Let's take oneness and equality to self here first, because self is the origin, the cause, the source, the starting point of everything, and all self-experience both within and without as your world within which you participate and experience yourself. Everyone thinks. All beings have thoughts within themselves, which has become the primary relationship of each being. The relationship with your mind as thoughts, within and as your mind exists the truth of you, of who you are at the moment. This who you are encompass all that you have accepted and allowed you to be, reflected within and as the manifestation of the mind as thoughts. Your thoughts within which you participate reveal the truth of you, or who you have accepted and allowed you to be and become of the mind, is all within and as the manifestation of your thoughts within your mind. And thus each one know for themselves, you know for you yourself what you are accepting and allowing yourself to participate within in your mind, and you also know that you do not live this truth of you as your thoughts reflect, because you know that if you were to live and speak this truth of you as your thoughts of the mind, you will have no beings within your world. And therefore beings project a deceptive presentation of who I am towards others, hiding the truth of self within the relationship with one's own mind as thoughts, where it's all apparently secret / behind closed doors. No one will actually know the truth of me here within my thoughts of mind as long as I maintain this deceptive projected presentation of me. Though, the fuck up in this is, you know the truth of you within and as you. You know everything about yourself in every moment of breath. No one can deny this or claim this to be hearsay. You know how you operate in every moment of breath. Always, in all ways. The question though is why? Why have we and are we existing within a perceived secrecy within ourselves as the relationship we have with our thoughts, whilst projecting a deceptive presentation towards others of who I am, when the actual truth of who I am exists within thoughts? Thoughts are the manifested truth of self as what self has accepted and allowed self to define self as. Fear. We have for billions of years feared the truth of ourselves that exist here as self in the manifested experience of self within self, as thoughts of mind. Relationships with a physical other exist to hide the actual relationship self has with one's own mind as thoughts, to give self the opportunity to presume this primary relationship in secrecy and deception and dishonesty, covering the primary relationship within, with a physical relationship without. We've manifested peculiar methods to hide the truth of self within in this existence. The relationship method above is but one mere example. Another method is designing a truth without, whereby beings created a belief of a higher truth without, dedicating their lives in search of becoming or attaining this designed higher truth to hide the truth of self here within as manifested within and as self as thoughts of mind. To whilst apparently attaining to or reaching this higher truth without, self's truth within remain hidden within secrecy of mind as self. The only reason why a being will not apply self-honest self-forgiveness is because they fear the truth of themselves within. And it's not even about fearing facing the truth of self, it is fear of the truth of self. Though fear itself is self-deception, fear itself is self-dishonesty, because fear is another method of maintaining this self-defined truth of self as reflected within the manifestation of thoughts of mind, to continue the primary relationship with self's own thoughts of mind within perceived secrecy, where no one knows the truth of self equals but self. Fear is an excuse not to change, not to stand up, but to remain self-dishonest within the definition of self as self has accepted and allowed self to be and become of and as thoughts of mind. We have become thoughts defined. Our very existence, our very beingness, our very nature is of and is as thoughts of mind. That's why each one's primary relationship is with their thoughts. Because thoughts is and define who I am as all that I am as what I have accepted and allowed me to be and become and exist as. And again, that's why beings that will not or refuse to apply self-honest self-forgiveness are accepting and allowing themselves to make the statement that all that they are and accept and allow themselves to be is the thoughts of their mind to which they have defined themselves according to, using fear manifested as excuses, reasons, and justifications to not change, to not stand up and to not transform self, because they want to, desire to continue within their self-dishonest, self-deceptive existence as reflected within the relationship they have and exist within, in, and as their thoughts of mind to which they have defined who they are. Understand that even within the existence of thoughts and within each one's primary relationship that exists with and as their thoughts of mind is not the origin, the source of this manifested reality or existence. It is self, meaning, it is within our action and words or inaction and unspoken words in every moment that we create and manifest the experience of ourselves within and without in and as this existence. Thoughts are but the pieces, fragments, and parts of ourselves that is subdivided within our conscious, subconscious and unconscious mind that partially and fragmentally reflect the true nature of ourselves as what we have accepted and allowed ourselves to be and become. Meaning that thoughts, the thoughts within which you participate and have a relationship with within your conscious mind, don't give you the entirety of you as what you are and have become, it merely reflect parts, fragments, and pieces of all and everything of you. And the conscious mind merely contain but 0.5% of such thoughts, your conscious mind 24.5% and your unconscious mind 75%. So you exist within thoughts of the conscious mind that reflect partially and fragmentally 0.5% of the truth of you as the nature or beingness of you that you have accepted and allowed you to be and become of mind. Understand that thoughts merely reflect you. It is through your thoughts, this participation within the primary relationship within you with your thoughts, that you maintain the definition of you as you created you to be within, and as this life you experience yourself as. Your thoughts within your subconscious mind is reserves, holding memories pertaining to past to lock you into securing the definition of you according to what you have experienced within the past, because an interesting definition of what it means to be alive exists within and as beings. The definition of self according to experiences within this world, that who I am is the experiences I have had and therefore, memories are stored within the subconscious mind of past experiences to secure this definition of self according to experiences within this world. That I am alive and I live because I have memories of experiences of past I have had. Beings defining living and life according to physical experiences, as long as I have physical experiences which I am able to store as memories in my mind and in having the ability to recall and remember such experiences, this indicate that I am living and that I am alive equals thank God for memory. This is why beings fear living here as breath only, consisting of no past, consisting of no definition of self of past, because beings have defined themselves as being alive and living according to stored memories of past experiences, believing that if no memories of past in mind exists, I don't exist, not realizing that if self is here, all and everything of self is here and in the moment I express me as the moment reveal or open as me, I do not require or need memory, because I as all of me is here as me. Your thoughts within your unconscious mind consist of the manifested reflected fragments and parts and pieces of self's truth as the nature of you that you express within you action, inaction, spoken word, and unspoken word, meaning that your unconscious mind is that which you are living / being as the essence of you, Your subconscious mind is that which you are storing of past, and your conscious mind is that which you are participating within, to maintain the definition of you as the truth. Nature, beingness of you, you have accepted and allowed you to be and become. So all that we have become are thoughts maintained through within and as a system as mind consisting of a conscious, subconscious, and unconscious mind, subdivided as we have subdivided ourselves. The nature of ourselves is reflected in and as thought, dividing thoughts that reflect partially and fragmentally, each thought reflecting a part, a fragment, a piece of ourselves as the nature. Beingness we have accepted and allowed ourselves to be and become, into and as the existence of ourselves within a conscious, subconscious, and unconscious mind. A mind we are, and as thoughts we exist, because it's what we are and have accepted and allowed ourselves to be one with and equal to. And you are and will be the manifestation and experience of that, and as that which you accept and allow you to be one with and equal to. Oneness and equality. Oneness and equality has always been here, has always existed. Let me show you. A bum on the street. Bum, a homeless person living on the street. The experience of this being within themselves and without as their world is the following. I have no home. I have no money. I have no food. I have no clothes but the clothes on my back. And it is within this experience of themselves within and without that they define who I am as but being a bum on the street, and within this accepted and allowed self-definition, all that they are and will be is a bum on the street. Understand that that which you define you as within and without is that which you are accepting and allowing you to be one with and equal to. Meaning that this being is defining who I am as being but a bum on the street, because this being is defining who I am according to what this being is experiencing within and without, and it is within the self-definition within and without based on what this being is experiencing, that indicate what this being is accepting and allowing themselves to be one with and equal to, and according to this being manifest and create themselves and the experience of themselves within this world and within themselves.